There's something that goes right here, but I don't remember what, but that's gone, so. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Been a little absent for a little while. The old dang camera on my phone broke, and I do about 93.2% of my videos on my phone, and then a little bit of GoPro here and there, but basically just lazy about getting a new phone. But now I got a new phone, and here we are. So I figured I'd give you a little update on, you know, what we've been doing, what we've got going on. Well, me, I, us, we, whatever. First off, ended up getting a super clean 2000 Grand Marquis. Had brand new tires on it, runs, drives. We're gonna make this a driver. Pulled the tires off for my camper because I found some wheels and tires. This thing, that was a nightmare to find another one of those. Ended up actually finding one in a junkyard in Texas, if you can believe that. But every single one of those passenger side blinker housings is broke, and I don't get it. Everyone that I have, everyone that my buddies have, it's a really nice, super clean car. Frame's black, 190,000 miles on it. Needs a brake booster, seals out of it, pissing some vacuum, but it's one of the cars we got super duper cheap. Scored this Lumina for $100. It runs and drives. Even came from Alaska, if you can believe that. Picked it up, needed a starter, put that on. Was gonna run it in a compact derby and just never did, so there it sits. 2003 Lincoln town car. Motor's locked up. I ended up trading, I don't know if you guys remember a few videos back, white Jeep we got for parts for our other Jeep project. Pulled the transfer case and rear end and some miscellaneous parts off that and traded that for this. This was a pretty good deal there. Super clean. And then this one actually came with that one. Kind of a package deal. This one's super clean. 97 Lincoln Town Car. Only thing wrong with it is that little wowie right there, and if you look, it looks just like a guardrail. So that's probably what happened to it, but it actually blows cold AC. I couldn't believe that. Oh, what else did we get here? Went over to Western Montana, and one of my derby buddies actually got into a junkyard over there and scored a bunch of cars. This is one of the ones that came out of it, and we'll get to the other car that came with it later, but super clean. Little bit of floor rot, obviously missing both doors. Fender's a little dingy, but front end's in really nice shape, actually. I was really surprised. Little dents here and there on the bumper, but not a big 72 fan, but I like all the 71 to 76s. This is just this is the one that's on the bottom of the list for likeliness. Front ends, I don't know. I mean, they're growing on me, but I kind of like the split bumper, but I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I think Brooke will be running this car at Gold Rush in South Dakota in November, so that'll be popping up on the channel. And then me and my dad went to a junkyard in Helena, Montana that was closing. And this was literally the only thing that I was really interested in, but didn't have any fenders on it. Just had the core support hanging out. Bumper was gone, trunk lid was gone, this door was gone. It's a little rough, but for a $100 bill, I wasn't gonna say no. So on that same Texas trip I was talking about earlier for work, the guy on Marketplace was parting one of these out that was super rusty, so I got a trunk lid, 2 doors, and both fenders for like $300, something like that. So I got $400 into this, just missing a hood, unfortunately, but we'll figure that out. But yeah, this will probably be derby car. Obviously, really can't use it for anything else. T-tops are kind of cool. I think someone parted on those a little bit, but a little bit as in they're gone. But I got 2 more that are in pretty rough shape, so we can kind of combine all 3 and make 2 good cars maybe. This one I scored locally. It's a 67 Dodge Polara for sale if you guys are interested. It has small block 318, I believe. Super duper clean car all the way around, really. There's some scratches and stuff here and there. Not super important, but like almost zero rust. Just seats are in pretty good shape. Seat cover probably saved it. Really, I'm not much of a Mopar guy, but really slick car. The old slab side. Just, I don't know, something about these, they just look super mean, but I'm sure most of the guys that aren't Mopar guys in the derby world know that they're good for about 2, maybe 7 hits, and then they just kind of pop, maybe. This one, actually started video on this one, and this is when my camera broke, but there was still snow on the ground. Currently it's like 98 degrees, but I've actually been chasing this car for, I want to say 2006 is when I first saw it. We actually bought a Pontiac station wagon across the alley from this car, and when I popped the hood, which I might pop some of the footage, the little footage that I have of getting this car, might pop on here somewhere, but pop the hood and there's actually a 402 in it, big block car. And I saw the 400 and I'm just thinking 400 small block because I'm a big fan of the 400 small block, and that's just what I had in my mind. And popped the hood and went, oh, she's got the wide valve covers. Sweet. It's a little rough. This kind of makes me sad, but like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the 72s. Don't know what we're going to do with it, but we got a donor car over here now. Remember the one I said that was in pretty good shape? So that's pretty cool. This is not so cool. There's a hole there, you know. Couldn't get the door open to save my life. I think my buddy actually did the old zip tie trick on it when we met him to get this car, but pretty clean overall. Give the engine a nice bath. Straight all the way around, minimal rust. Just super duper clean car. I'm just a big fan of the big pillar. Just love that big pillar. Even like on the, you know, over on the pre-ran Buick over here, just 73, big pillar. Just, I don't know, something about them big pillars I just like a lot. But yeah, I'm not really sure what the plan is with that, but we'll keep you in the loop. I'd like to do something that'd be kind of cool to get her running, driving, and go get some ice cream in it or something, you know. So these two cars are the cars that I was gonna film being built, and like I said, camera's broke, phone broke, yada yada yada. Just didn't really have time, didn't really even think about the camera thing because we were so pressed for time. But this was my car. We were on a 4-man team, and then this was my wife's car. She was on an all-female 4-woman team. They did really good. We didn't do so good. I was running on probably 2 hours of sleep over 58 hours, and we lost our heat and didn't really have a good game plan on whether we were running again or not. And I said, well, I need a nap. And by the time I got a phone call, I mean, we didn't have enough time to put her back together for the Constellation. But here it is. Actually, it looked a lot better than this, but we ran a show in Dillon, Montana a few weeks back. We both made the feature. She ended up with a really goofy pinion angle and actually got stuck. And she thought it was a transmission and waved me over before then, and then realized, hey, why don't you get me unstuck? Never mind, my tranny's bad. Well, turns out the transmission wasn't bad, but I ended up taking third, and they gave me Mad Dog, so we won some money with that. And then she ended up right probably 3 places behind me or so, but hers is good for another one. I don't really know if mine is. It could be. I mean, we could pull it back down, and we're maxed out on the fix-it plates, so yeah. Back here I'm not too worried about. I mean, there's something that goes right here, but I don't remember what, but that's gone. So, and then we broke all the studs off. All 5 of them just sheared off. Didn't even get hit. Went back and watched the video. Didn't even get hit. They just sheared right off. So that's bolted back on pretty nice. But that's what ended up stopping me. Otherwise, like, this thing just wouldn't shut off. It kept going and going and going. Got the 5-speed option in this thing. A little clutch pedal here. I know a lot of guys run their automatics, and that's fine, but this is like a bone stock build, and you're not allowed anything on the transmission, and just kind of feel like the 5-speed case is a little stronger, which I've had this for, I think I picked that up in like 2017. We're going on probably 10-12 derbies on that thing, so I like it. Got a love-hate relationship with the clutch thing. Sometimes the pedals are a little funky in there, but man, it is fun driving a manual in a derby car. Let's see, we ended up scoring this 90, I think it's a 97. Yeah, 97 Merc. It was on Marketplace. It was $100. Pulled out in front of a garbage truck or something, and there she went in the front. But I mean, new front stub. Pull this out a little bit. Got a pretty good car for $100. Super duper clean. They're all clean around here. Probably even cleaner because it came from that state. Didn't even know that. Picked up a 73 Olds 98. It's pre-ran. So I got a funky story on this one. I believe it was 2000. 2010, I want to say. They put this on Craigslist for 500 bucks. Running, driving car. And me and my dad hooked a trailer onto it. Went up there. And when we got there, sorry, it's sold. What do you mean? We just talked to you for how long? Made a game plan. Brought a trailer. What's going on here? Oh, this guy gave us more money, so we sold it. That was kind of a waste of a trip, but I ended up finding where it was. Pestered that guy about it. He just wanted way too much money for it. Never would come down on the price, so it sat and sat and sat. Well, lo and behold, one of the derbies up there, I saw a picture on Facebook, and this car was in the background, stuck on the berm, primo condition. So I asked the promoter, hey, do you know who drove this car? So he gave me the name, and I messaged the guy on Facebook, and he said, yeah, I'll sell it. So picked it up for super duper cheap, and when I went to pick it up, I noticed the interior was a maroon color. And I said, you didn't happen to get this from here, did you? Oh yeah, I did. Yep. Wow. That's the car that I was going to buy and kind of got screwed on, but now I own it. 14 years later, I actually own the car. He just did a quick little chain and bang derby with it. It's actually in really good shape. Frame isn't bent up front. Doors are caved in. That's not a big deal. I think the hump is starting to go a little right there, which that's nothing really. Love the way you did the cage. Oh, what? That's not. You don't want that. Normally you don't. You kind of want to weld that, but got a boat tank with it. Won't use that. That's garbage. Got a shifter with it. That'll go right in the scrap bin too. Got the old Big Block 455. That'll go right in the scrap bin too. Save the 400. Turbo tranny. Did come with a racing seat. Pretty pumped about that. So this car will get back on the arena, not the road. Bumper up front. See, I think this is the only thing that bent. Like, obviously the top of this is a little bent, but I think the brackets are just bent, and these rolls here, we can just cut that flush and weld the bumper right to there. So we'll put a good bumper on it and do some fixing plates and a little sheet metal work, and actually rob the rear end out of this to go in my car I was showing you earlier, because it had a fully braced rear end in it, and the rules for here are no braces at all. So pulled that out. Thought it was already welded for posi. Wasn't. Had to do that. Anyways, moving on. This is actually the exact same car as that. I don't remember if we videoed any of this. We actually picked this car up, and it was just a quick trip, run there, grab it. I PayPal'd the kid, winched it right on the trailer. Everything was going great. We were going to stop at Lowe's to grab a swimming pool. Decided not to. We were just going to hop back to home. I said, you know, this is one of the quickest trips I ever seen us do going to get a car. Come up over the hill, and a semi went ahead, and yeah, they changed lanes when we were doing 75 and didn't see us, and we got pinched in between the guardrail and his car hauler trailer. Messed the bumper up. We had a ratchet strap over the hood. Sucked the fenders all in. This wasn't like this before. Was a clean car, other than a little rust here and there, but it's kind of junk. The rear bumper, when it pulled in, it kind of bent the frame in the back, so we got a big whole insurance to do with this, and my car trailer got totally pretzeled, and then the pickup I was driving at the time is totaled too. Nothing happened to us. We're all good. A little sore or whatever, but yeah, that was very interesting. Over here, the car I was telling you about earlier that goes with the 72 Impala with no doors. But first, here's the trailer. You can see how that's supposed to be that way a little bit. Kind of push back, rip the fender pretty good. That fender over there is ripped real bad. I really think that the axles are fine. It's just ripped the U-bolts right off the leaf springs. And then one of the rims over there is ruined. Both this tire and I think both tires on the other side are trash, but kind of twisted the trailer. Need fenders, U-bolts, maybe a little heat, a little port power, a little, what do you call it? You know, the winch thing, yeah. Pull it out straight, maybe. But this is the 72 Buick that came with the 72 Impala over there. Got it for the doors, basically, but I'm thinking since this is bent in the back, we can use this rear frame section for that car. And then the doors can go on the Impala over there with no doors. And then this guy over here, pretty bent in the front. That frame is completely garbage. So we have a whole front clip and a frame section for the front of that car because the back's in really good shape. And then if we ever get a convertible, we got a roof to put on it. This is actually, the whole time I thought it was a LeSabre, but it's actually a Centurion, which is pretty neat. I've never owned a Centurion, but now I have 3/4 of one. I don't know why people do that. This car is actually really clean. Why not take your good stuff off of that car and put it on this one before you butcher it like that? I don't get it, but I don't remember if this one's got a motor in it or not. I guess the guy can just kind of have a little peek under here. Nope, no motor, but it does have a transmission. I saw it kind of flopping around. And the Impala over there, the green one, it has a motor but no transmission. But this is a 72. It's kind of got the same split bumper thing going on. Kind of like this one a little more than the Chevy, but honestly they're all pretty cool. So don't take it the wrong way. What else we got over here? Got a 4 or 5 Pontiac Le Mans. It's actually a Grand Le Mans. Pretty neat. I've never seen a Grand Le Mans, but picked this up where I work over in North Dakota. Did a little trade deal, got it, but this is the exact same car as the raffle car that we built on here. Pretty clean car also. No rear end. Kind of a pain in the butt to move around, but pretty clean all the way around. Definitely cleaner than the Monte Carlo over there, but. And we brought the few videos back when I was picking up that blue Le Mans to build. This was in that video out at my buddy's farm and brought it in. And then this was on a video earlier, that same video. My buddy was going to run with us at Gold Rush, ended up not being able to. We got a new teammate. But yeah, this was all stripped out and ready to build, and he had to back out on us, but still his car. I just brought it home to get it out of his hair at his shop. We did a little trading. He actually has a driver 73 that he scored. I haven't seen yet, but I'm thinking we might take some parts with us, oils and fluids and yada yada, tools. Probably take a trailer just in case, but we might do a little revival and see if we can't drive that thing home. I think it's I want to say probably 80 miles from here, so that might be a fun little video. See if we can get that car running, driving, and drive it home, and then someone can follow me with the pickup and the trailer, because if it breaks down we can just load her up and call it a loss, I guess. But should be pretty fun. Oh, I think that's about it for the cars. I don't remember anything else. This 71 over here was in one of our first videos. This one's still hanging around. Kind of want to see if we can get that motor running and do a little rat rodish kind of thing. It's just got way too cool a patina and a 2-door and a 71 to wreck it. And I know the derby guys are like, just wreck it. And the guys that don't derby are like, if you wreck that, I'm gonna be so mad. I mean, we are getting a couple, we are getting a couple more 71s, so we might have some parts for this car. And it's not gonna be nothing fancy. It'll be just good enough to drive on the road. Have to try to dig up a title for it or something, but it'd be pretty fun to put some shine juice on it and go get ice cream in it, if you know what I mean. Because that patina is pretty neat. Even up here, I don't, this is a completely different clip. I don't know if the car that it came off caught on fire, because it looks like she got a little hot. I don't know, but even that's pretty cool. Fire patina, or whatever you want to call it. Pick this up. It's like a 2000 Chevy pickup. Runs and drives. Had a problem with the battery going dead, but if you put it in park and then you get out and you shut the door, the radio stays on. Well, there's no latch and there's no button, so it doesn't know when you're getting in or out or what have you. So you gotta go over to this door over here and open it when you're done driving it. But see if she even wants to. Just fired right up. Works pretty good for back here, pulling stuff around. 4-wheel drive works, tires are decent. Runs really good. Yeah, see, the radio just stays on for whatever reason. So, but $200, guys. And it was a mile from my house. Jumped it and drove it home. It's good for hauling stuff around. I mean, it's got cancer on it. I don't think this pickup isn't originally from Montana. Definitely not. Rockers are in pretty bad shape, but it goes. Runs good. Drives good. Pulls good. 4-wheel drive works and makes a clickety clank sound like you wouldn't believe, but that's okay. That's fine. Because if it breaks down, we're already home. So, let's see if we can. There we go. Door's shut now. Well, that's it for this episode. If that's what you want to call it, episode, video, either way. Really appreciate you guys subscribing. We got over 1,000 right now. All you got to do is just tap that button if you like the video. There's like 94% of the people that watch that don't subscribe, so If you guys would help me out by tapping that button, I appreciate it very much. It's like what old Craig Morgan said. There ain't no signing up. There ain't no monthly dues. You just grab your Mercury, your Johnson, or your Evinrude and fire it up. You know.